leave your fobs at your front door because they're breaking into your home to steal your car. They don't want anything else.
If somebody's breaking in your house, you're more than welcome to shoot them in Santa Rosa County. We prefer that you do, actually. We have a gun safety class we put on every other Saturday, and if you take that, you'll shoot a lot better, and hopefully you'll save the taxpayers money.
What happens if you use your firearm in a self-defense situation where an innocent bystander is killed? Massachusetts Supreme Court may have just established precedent for that matter. Welcome to another installment of Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification of multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below if you like channel, like content, what I do here. You can support with the link. Everything's appreciated. Online store is open. CGP20 will get you 20% off free shipping. Connecticut residents, you got to pay that sales tax. But CGB20 will get you 20% off. Let's talk about this. And this is a ruling that has just been handed down stemming from a case from September of 2023. You'll hear me talk about the inefficiency of the court, but what can we do? But the Massachusetts Supreme Court has ruled that a man can claim self-defense if in the process of defending himself injures or kills another person. Talking about an innocent bystander, not necessarily the threat that's in front of him. And that's exactly what this case is about. There's a gentleman by the name of Kenneth Jose Santana Rodriguez. He was being threatened by another person by the name of Irving Sanchez. Santana Rodriguez, fearing for his life, deployed a firearm. Now he claimed that Sanchez had threatened him with a gun, so he used the firearm to defend himself. And in the process of defending himself, he shot and killed another person, a third party. Now, he was initially charged with first-degree murder, and he was convicted. Now, he has appealed to the Massachusetts Supreme Court, and the Massachusetts Supreme Court is saying, yes, he can claim self-defense because the shooting of the third party was not a reckless or nor pointed attack. It was defending himself against one person, and unfortunately somebody else was killed. In their decision, they said, "We conclude that the defendant's lawful self-defense against an assailant may excuse the killing of an unintended victim, such as an innocent bystander. This is not, however, a defense to wanton or reckless conduct. A defendant may therefore be held criminally liable for the lesser included offense of involuntary manslaughter if the Commonwealth proves that a defendant's exercise of self-defense was wanton or reckless so as to create a high degree of likelihood that substantial harm would result to an unintended victim." Let's spell it out. You are being attacked by somebody, you draw a gun and you fire. Somebody else is killed. The state now has to come back and prove that you were reckless in the execution of your self-defense, which led to this person's death. I don't know the particulars of the story. Once again, this is one person's word against another person who is deceased. But the state now has to prove that he was reckless in the execution of self-defense. That's going to be very difficult on their part. But the court is leaving it open, saying that you can be charged with involuntary manslaughter if the state can prove you were reckless. That's where it gets tricky. Now, this is a big deal, obviously, because this is going to set precedents. Let's see if the Commonwealth, Massachusetts, if they appeal to the next level, and the next level will be a federal judge. But it does paint a very interesting narrative across the country. Once again, this is a big deal coming out of Massachusetts. How is it going to apply to the rest of the country? Because some states will have no problem doing exactly what Massachusetts did in this case here of charging you with murder, claiming it's your fault that this person was killed, despite the fact you can claim I was defending myself against this person. This is just an unfortunate accident. This has national ramifications. Because there are plenty of cases where a person is injured during the execution of self-defense. How is it going to play out now? Because this obviously is going to a federal judge, and hopefully it'll get to the Supreme Court if the Commonwealth pushes its luck and takes it to the next level, which they probably will, because once again, you're talking about Massachusetts. They hold the public to a higher standard than their criminals, which has always been the case in states like that. But since Massachusetts had these laws back in 1906, this is the first case ever of a person being killed in the execution of self-defense. This is a big deal. And we're going to see what the Commonwealth does now. Now, the case has been remanded back to the lower court with the Superior Court's recommendations. So they're going to have to look at it, the whole case again, using this ruling. So, once again, this is a big deal for all of us. Use your gun in a self-defense situation and somebody else is unfortunately harmed, you may be protected from being charged for that person's injury or death. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified the next time the video goes live. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.